All right, I'm here with.
Rubens Placencia.
And how'd you do at the Oakland Regional?
I went top 8, 5th place, 9 rounds of Swiss.
What were you playing?
I was playing Fiendsmith Yubel.
All right, let's take a
Best
look.
deck of the format. Um, Typical ratios, 3 Samsara, insane normal summon to lead off with, love it. 3 Squirmer. I've seen some people just play one of this. I think you definitely need the second one. Comes up a little bit when you have to dump it off Aerial Eater, and then if you already have a name in hand, and then extend by searching it. 2 Spirit Yubel. I like to. Some people have been also playing one, but similar reason why you'd play 2 Squirmer. The 1 of Bricks. Shout out to my friend Jeremy for the ultimate rare. Absolutely goated. People were commenting about this all day. 3 Throne. Saw this and top decked this every single time. Card was insane. And then the 1 Nightmare Pain. Just general Yubel stuff. Moving on to like general Fiend package, Fiendsmith, and other stuff. 3 Engraver. 2 Tracked. Most people are just gonna play 1. I think it's like a perfect extender, and especially with Beckoning or Opening going to 1. I think you definitely want to play 2, so it's consistency and extension. There's so many times where like I opened Engraver plus like Lurry, and I was able to have another Engraver to search track for the follow-up, and people just didn't expect to me having a second one, so they played by cutting off a certain follow-up that wasn't this. The 1 Lurry. For the Beckoning Beast package, 3 Beckoning, 1 Opening. Super crazy. It gets imprinted a lot, but you have a lot of extenders to play past it anyway. It's just the best way to get the highest ceiling, which is important in a format with Tempai being like the second best. And then the 1 Shrivar, 1 Escape. I like the Escape a lot. It was really good to trade 1-for-1 into stun matchups. And I play only 2 Phantom, but you could play aggressively with the Phantoms, link them off and whatnot, and you could go Rage to put back the Phantoms, which I thought was incredibly relevant. And then the Terraforming 1-for-1, crazy 1-ups. Lastly, the non-engine played Triple Ash, Triple Ogre. There was a lot of Yubel. I cited this out frequently for other matchups, but this came up a lot for the Yubel matchups to Ogre, Opening, or Pain, which I liked. 1 of Bystials, I could have played more, and I definitely should have in the side, but I think these went in really hard today, especially Baldric. Triple Nib, Triple Baylor, Triple Imprim, just generally good hand traps. Kind of try to play as many hand traps as you can. Stop Yubel. Imprim Baylor are really insane if they lead off with Beckoning. 45 cards in the main deck. Extra deck, ran the Necroquip. Insane card to kind of get you into Caesar. I did run Caesar. Usually I'm a Caesar hater. Also good to start your combo with Beckoning to get to the Omni Negate. Aerial Eater, custom card. I don't know why they printed this. Same thing with this. I don't know why they printed Phantom either. Not once per turn, free protection. Every time I made this, I was never afraid of a nib or anything. Desiree, another crazy thing. I even did some funny things where like I added Shrivar off the Escape Pop Rage, and then when my opponent tried to go like Fountain, Chainlink, or try to go Runic Spell with Fountain, I just Shrivar pop it. So it'd be like Chainlink 1 Fountain, Chainlink 2 Desiree to send the Fountain. So it was really cool. 1 Caesar, and then the 1 for Rudris. Just playing around Bystials, playing around Nib, and then having double Omni as my typical end board was really, really good. Played around Dark Ruler and all that stuff. Fiendsmith stuff and Fiend stuff. Requiem, Muckraker. I like the general utility of Muckraker. Just it's kind of free for the deck, especially with everything being Fiend. Moon of the Close Sky, Sequence, SP. Shout out to the French. The 1 Rage and then double Yama. I know some people were still on Chamber if they wanted to, but I think without Appaloosa, it makes it kind of hard to link off the Rage and get value out of it. So I just personally liked running double Yama for follow-up and whatnot. Lastly, side deck. 1 Mature Chronicle. I didn't play against any stun at all today, but I think Mature Chronicle was pretty good. Just get follow-up, pressure the opponent, and in theory, it's good into like Runic Stun. Gives you clear for their back row. Call by the Grave for Mulch Army, Droll Shifter, 1 D Barrier, 1 DDG. These were for Thrust, so if the opponent were to Mulch Army me, like Tempai, or like in the case I got to use this, which is like Rescue Ace. If they Mulch Army you, you can set it, and then skip their turn and set up a minimal board. A lot of people didn't run this, and I talked to a lot of Yubel players, and they said they hated siding extra deck cards, but I think this was the craziest tech all day when I was playing it. English and Access Code. literally I would side out like a second Yama sometimes, maybe Necro Quip or Caesar. Make this, and it was so easy to get OTKs going. And if nothing else, it was a good way to have removal in Yubel when it otherwise wouldn't have removal, because you can make this link off a Bestial they have and then link back into a Rage. So this was actually the most overperforming part of my side deck out of everything else. And then I played the 3 Phantasme. Honestly, Phantasme was alright. I didn't see it that often, and when I did see it, it got ashed or my draws were terrible. Notoriously, my Phantasme draws are always terrible, so I think this should have been a 3rd Thrust and 2 Bestials, but Phantasme was fine. In theory, I just wanted to see more hand traps. And then Thrust, and then a Talents. Just kind of be able to set the traps is pretty important. Originally, I played 3 Talents, but I think you fear less of the regular hand traps and more of stuff like Shifter and Draw Phase or Peruli and Draw Phase, and then Talents just so you have something substantial to search. 1 Duster, because in some stun matchups like Labyrinth or Runic, you can force a monster effect like Gary, Hugin when you beat it over, Frecky, so you can search Duster, or when they go Lovely or Lady, you can set this. And then the 2 Cosmic. Yeah, that's all for the side deck. I think the deck was pretty dang good.
Would you change anything?
The only thing I would really change, main and side, or main and extra were fine. The only thing I would change would just be Phantasme for like a 3rd Thrust, because Thrust was really good. And 2 more Bestials just to be able to handle a lot of the Fiendsmith decks, because Fiendsmith was everywhere. And then obviously Darkrai. We gotta show some love to Darkrai. We love him. Nightmare card. But yeah, that's about it. I had a really fun time at the event. My first actual Premier Top.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks for showing us this deck profile. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for interviewing. I actually enjoyed it.